Welcome, I'm Mike Parker, Managing Director at Minster. We run management franchises in the commercial cleaning sector as a good opportunity for you to run your own business in partnership with us. Now, this is my first video and a series of top 5 tips, things you need to know about if you're contemplating buying any franchise in the UK. So, what's my first top tip? Ask awkward questions, okay? You've got to get comfortable in asking your franchisor, the business that you're looking at, awkward questions. What do I mean by that? Here's my first example. Ask them about previous failures, franchisees that have failed in their business. The chances are pretty high that they will have them if they've been around and established for a period of time. You need to understand why they failed. Is it to do with lack of training or support from the franchisor? If it is, that's a bit of a warning sign. You need to be very careful. You need to understand precisely why those failures have happened. It could be you in a few years' time, so do your homework, please. You need to ask awkward questions about the franchise agreement. You won't get this straight away in most franchise businesses quite properly because it'll be dealt with through your solicitors and their solicitors. Fine, but one of the things you need to establish pretty quickly is where do they stand on renewals. Now I'm seeing more and more franchise agreements where renewals for a restricted amount of times, typically twice, are being introduced into agreements. Well, put yourself in a position at the beginning of a franchise agreement. What's going to happen when you get to renewal? Do you really want one that's limited to 2 times renewals? What do you do after that? Also be careful, I'm seeing more and more, significant renewal fees apply when you get to the end of that first agreement. Now, with us, we don't do any of that. We don't charge ongoing renewal fees, and we don't have any of those clauses in there around restricting the number of times that you can renew. You need to understand this sort of stuff. Okay. Ask the franchisor, next awkward question, ask the franchisor about other income streams. What you're really looking for here is that the franchisor's interests are totally aligned to your interests. So in a business like ours, we have one income stream from our franchisees after initial fees, one income stream, and that's aligned totally to your sales in the business. A lot of other franchises will have other arrangements. So for example, in our industry, what's very common you have to buy all your cleaning products from us. You have to buy all your equipment through us. You have to buy your equipment or cars through us, I'm sorry. Now, we don't do any of that. You can go out and choose whoever you like and buy from wherever you want. Okay, but be careful, because if a franchisor ties you into those arrangements, and they can through the agreement, they could be taking serious amount of profit out of those, hence they're less interested in your underlying trade. Now they may not, but what you're looking for is transparency, just so you understand who wins in that deal. If it's you and you're getting their buying power, that's great. If not, be careful. Okay, now my last awkward question you should be asking is around, are you investing in a real business? And again, this may seem strange. You're contemplating buying a business and I'm talking to you about selling a business. Okay, it'll happen to you one day. You need to understand from that existing franchise, do they have any of their existing branches up for sale? They may be miles away, you're not interested in the location, doesn't matter. What you're really interested in is, what's the business that they're selling, what's the value of that business? Also, what are the metrics, what are the key performance indicators that influence the value? That's where you've got to focus your attention for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 odd years that you might be running that franchise. If it's all about increasing the value of the business to you, you've got to make sure that you understand those drivers and understand how to increase the value of the business for you. So those are good things to have a look at. So that's ask awkward questions of your franchisor that you're looking to invest in. They should ask awkward questions of you, so it's only fair. Be comfortable in doing so. That's all on this first top tip. Look at my other videos for further top tips in the series of top 5 tips, and all the very best in finding the right franchise for you. Thank you.